You ready?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Three
Good morning.
Musketeers.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Good morning,
Hi,
guys.
everyone.
Morning.
Yeah.
Today we have a special guest.
Thank you for inviting
Yeah.
me.
So welcome.
Welcome, Alex.
Thank you so much for inviting me.
Yeah,
My
welcome.
pleasure.
Yeah.
So, how is everyone out there? Okay, this whole
Very
week
good.
is very, very hot. You can see I'm still perspiring now. Okay,
Oh my God. But the window is open, correct?
I open the aircon.
Okay. It's better. Yeah.
It's still perspiring. Okay, so it's
Right.
very hot. So I believe most of you need to hydrate yourself. Don't get heat stroke. Okay, and
Yeah.
this week is very busy day
Okay.
for me.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's right.
So
That's the solution.
Yeah.
so this week we have a special guest and a special topic. It's about what's the definition of life. Okay, for let me start first up. Uh, my definition of life when I was young is very, very simple because I used to be a very naive person. Uh, After I finish my school, go to army, come out, all I know is just find a stable job, have some savings. That's my main goal. Okay, so I'm not sure if I can attract any girlfriend by then. That because that time I'm do not
Why?
know how to speak. I'm a very quiet person, and I don't look like Tom Cruise. So my main worry is about getting a job, and after that go home, play with my computer games. That's all. This is my life. Every day repeat the same thing. I don't have much worries, and back then my parents are still healthy, so I don't realize time is passing by day, just like that. So I actually last time I have secretly had this dream that can never happen. Maybe in the future is uh, maybe next time in the future there will be some medicine or advances that can make human become uh, live in this world forever. Just like the movie, after you drink, you live in the world forever. Because I don't want my parents to leave this world, okay? So I want to be with them forever. Even my relative, everything. We want to because I like the every Chinese New Year, my relative will come to my house because my mom is the eldest in the whole family. So all the relative will come to my house to Chinese New Year. So it's very uh, warm occasion. So I like this kind of occasion. So I don't want to them to pass away. But so so I think even though I know this cannot be possible, uh, I just keep hoping. So and that time I do not like to take photos. Let alone seeing me in this video. So I do not have much photos with my parents. But then I never able to secure a job long. Most of the time, the longest is only 1 year. After 1 year, I will quit and find another job because I can't find any job satisfaction. Uh, and why I in IT line? Frankly speaking, I also don't know. So because after army, my army friend actually went to a course in how to fix computer. So he asked me whether I want to join or not. So I think why not? Since I like to play computer games, so I just go and learn and get a certificate and then come out. That's start on my IT career. But after a while, I feel the job is very boring. So I lose the interest, lose the passion in IT. So to me, it's just an income generation job because every month I need the income. And This is my life, not very simple. Work, come back, eat, play some games and sleep, then repeat the same thing over and over again. So I think 2009, I think is that time is the IT bubble crash. A lot of IT company folded, and I also quit my job because I can sense that company is going into some troubles already. So I quit before they retrench me. So after I quit, I thought I can find another IT job, but I can't find because most of the IT company are either cutting people or folded. So I by chance I went to MLM. Okay, so it's two different industry. And why I went to MLM? Because I want to train my speaking skill. I do not know how to speak well that time because I'm a reserved person, and it's a challenge to myself lah. So I challenged myself to go into MLM to train my speaking skill, train how to do presentation as a trust. Then I in there for around 5 years before I left the company and go back to IT again. Okay, so that time a lot of IT jobs, so I went back to IT because the MLM is not sustainable. So I go back to IT. So my life is very mundane. So you can't make into a movie. Okay, so but I also have another dream is to bring my parents to travel around the world. At the start, I don't like to travel because I afraid of airplane. Why? Because every time I see news, I see a lot of plane crashes. This make me have a phobia of taking airplane.
Dave, remember last time what I told you? How many accident by plane versus by car? So yeah, relax. Yeah, and you can use both, but again, it will take like months and months and months to reach. So from point A to point B or whatever. But just relax.
Yeah,
You have no choice. Meaning, at least maybe the train. At least the train that now is going to Europe, and yeah, you can still explore by train. It's fantastic as well.
yeah. So that time when I travel with my mom, it's only to Malaysia because only by bus. That one I still can accept. So when they went to my father want to go to China, I don't want to go because you need to take airplane. So my parents are well traveled within the Asian country. They never been to Europe country. So my dream is to bring them over to Europe to see Europe culture, the people there, everything lah. So unfortunately, I can't do that because they pass on, and I do not have enough saving to bring them over because going to tour the whole Europe, how many thousands or
Yeah, it's
maybe
expensive. Yeah.
other 5 to 6 figures, okay, to bring them there. So that made me realize that having a job, a solidity job, is not enough. So from them, I try to do other things. Okay, I try a lot of businesses, training businesses, wedding photography businesses. Like all doesn't work for me, and I still stuck in IT. Only by chance, I discover a digital business. Okay? Actually, it's my wife discovered lah because my mentor is the primary school friend of my wife. So actually, my wife chanced upon my mentor advertisement and asked me what is she doing. So since I am already in digital marketing, so you want me to dissect the advertisement. After seeing, I also don't know what she's talking about. Okay, so because the advertisement is different from the traditional digital marketing way of writing, the copywriting. The traditional way is more on uh, they tell you right away what they want, what they sell. You want, you subscribe to me, or you want, you buy this, maybe $7 or $27. That's all. Okay, very simple, clear cut. What are they selling? But for her, I don't really understand what she's trying to sell. Okay, but I still encourage my wife to subscribe and go and listen to the webinar, whatever they are talking about. After seeing the webinar, I still don't understand what they are trying to say. Although they are talking about sales funnel, okay, sales funnel I know how to build, but I still don't understand what's their product, what they are doing, what they are selling, and what's the big picture of this business. So in the end, I still encourage my wife to go further, explore, and in the end, here I am, okay, starting this digital business instead of my wife because my wife want to focus more on her job, and she know I like digital marketing very well. So let me start first, okay? Uh, so I've been in this business for around 18 months. So because of these 18 months, they changed my mentality a lot. Okay. Previously, I only think having a day job is the only way you can earn money. And 90% of people in this world also think so. Actually, there is a lot of ways to earn different source of income. Okay, even while having a day job, you still can have some side income to supplement your expenses, your inflation expenses, etc. In current in current situation, you can no longer rely on one job. I can see a lot of my friends, they uh, have two or three in the evening, like maybe become a bartender at night or become a delivery drivers, or some go into some like packing stuff, packing equipment for people to be sent out, something like that. So these are some part-time job. They earn some part-time income, but I can say this will not be enough. Why? Because this is actually we are trading time for money. So after evening, we sacrifice our family time, trading more time for more money. But in the end, still find that you still have no money. Okay, because you can see that Ukraine war is still ongoing, even until the news can't be bothered to report anymore. Okay, so and Malaysia is trying to ban chicken from coming to Singapore. Okay, so I believe the chicken prices will be shot up again because of lack of supplies. And our nation reserve for frozen chicken maybe only last another few more months. That's all. So there will be a famine of chicken. Not famine of food, but famine of chicken. Okay, so this is no one can predict this kind of thing will happen now. Okay, last time no one will think this will happen, but it happened. So things happen suddenly, so you have to be prepared when things happen. You don't react when things happen, then it's too late. So definitely we need to have different streams of income, but yet we must not sacrifice time for it. Okay, I'm not saying uh, not spending any time to generate the income. Okay, no business you do not need to spend time. The only time that you that do not need time is sleep. Okay, if it's a business, you need to definitely spend like 1 to 3 hours to maintain it. So definitely you need to spend some time. Okay, so that's why I in this digital business, because I know uh, I don't need to spend a lot of time in it. So what about you, Alex?
Okay, thank you so much, Dev. I appreciate all your explanations. Yeah. You see, what you talk about our childhood days, it seems all of us have similar perspective about life when we are young. Because the way we see things then, uh, at our young age, the way from the angle we see things is quite different from the way adults, especially our parents, see life. During our childhood days, we see life as okay, just free. Everything is free. Everything is life goes on. We eat, wake up in the morning, eat, have our parents will always be concerned about us. Just eat, play, sleep, and then when we were at the age of schooling, then our parents will make sure we started studying, going to school, and so and whatever we needed will be provided by them. Even if they are not well to do materially, yet they struggle to make sure that we are moving on because they are responsible for our existence, our coming to this world. And so, but then as time goes by, by the time we start to grow up, we start to visualize, one day I want to be like this person. I want to be like this well-educated man. I want to, become known, popular, or I want to become a responsible man or woman in life. I will marry, have children. I will, So that is that. But we don't know what we to take to get to that level or that status. So at the time we start to realize what life is, even when our parents will be disciplining us for our certain mistakes, we will not even understand that they are helping us to grow or to become responsible men and women in the future. Sometimes we mistake it as a hatred. They hate us, but no parent hates his or her children. So they want to. The parents are always concerned about their children becoming responsible in life. But then, by the time we are of age, we start to realize, for some, not all, we come to realize what one of my friends used to say those days. That my friend always said that sometimes when something happened, he will come here and say, "You know that life is war." He says so. So he said, "You know that life is war." I don't understand. What do you mean by that? Life is war. So he always be saying that, and they start to ring in my mind. What does this guy mean that life is war? He's a mature man. He was, yes, that my friend was a very mature man then. He's much older than me, very, very much older than me. But I didn't understand what he was saying. So at the time, I came to realizing that real life is war. Why? Life is like survival of the fittest. It's not easy to survive in this life. Just as you mentioned, as Dave mentioned earlier, you want to do one thing or the other, want to achieve that, but then the finance is not there. So is it at the time, but it is ringing your mind. You're anxious of doing that, So what I'm saying now is things that have happened in my own personal life. So I came to realize actually that life is war. To succeed in life is not an easy thing. It demands very hard work. For some, they might not realize it until it becomes late for them. Especially when we have our parents around us, because we are dependent upon them, they are doing everything for us. But so we may not be able to realize what life is. Maybe suddenly, before we realize they are no more, just that passed away. And so we come to see that we have a lot of things to do, a lot of work to do to succeed. Today the world is not stable. It used to be stable somehow, not just fully, but somehow in the past. But since many decades now, but what I say since this our century, life has become so much unstable. You cannot predict it any longer. And so, what do? You have to continue to make plans every day in case it happens this way or changes that way. Just as Dave mentioned about Ukraine war, you know, it took everybody by surprise. And there, not only that it has changed life in Ukraine, but also all over the world. How about the pandemic that is still not even finished, still around? We know that how many people, about 6 million lives were lost because of that pandemic, and still it has not ended. And so these are reasons, and more are reasons why we always need to be planning every day. So, like making the means meet, making the ends meet, preparing for means to make our ends to meet, it's not an easy thing. And so, but one thing I discovered is that this business, this digital business, is a very helping or solution. It's a great solution to many of us, because if we depend on what we are earning on the job we are doing every day, not only that we spend much time on them, and yet at the end, what we get cannot help us to meet up with our needs. So that is a great opportunity for every one of us that have been able to discover this business. I remember my friend who introduced me to it, who's my mentor, when he was telling me about the business initially, just like Dave mentioned, I didn't take him seriously. I was like, what are you talking about? I don't know that's what you mean. He talked to me severally. He's my very good friend. We all of us live here. He's a very good close friend to me. So when somebody introduced him to it and he started, and then he started to tell me about it. He said, do you know, there's something I discovered. Somebody told me about it, and I tried it. And you know that thing is what I've not been able to tell you for a long time, because I don't know how you feel about it. You might not take it seriously. So, but I took the courage to tell you. I said I must tell you. So initially, when he told me, I was like, my friend, I'm not interested. What? Because a lot of things, a lot of people, things have happened, and at the end, it ended as a scam. A lot of people took offense, and even police were involved. A lot of, so it becomes a pretty big case. So when he told me about this, I said I thought it could be the same nonsense that I've been seeing people doing and getting into trouble. I don't want that. So, but he persisted. He told me that I should try. I should, until he sent me the site and said I should watch it and see for myself. So then gradually I came to see. I see some testimonies. When I kept reading and watching, and I kept seeing testimonies. I said, wow, this could be a very great business. And one thing I discovered is that in the business, there's no competition. Nobody is competing with the other. That's climbing the ladder above everyone. So it's a kind of support, a kind of communal support. Everyone wants the other to succeed. I said, wow. So that's how I started it. Yeah, I'm here today with two people. We never knew each other before, but this has brought us together, and we are narrating our life stories. And it is really a big support. It is really a very big support for anyone who ventured into it. No disappointment. Only that what is there is that it will take you time to build it. Every business takes time to build. It needs attention of the owner. So the time you give to it and the seriousness you give to it determines how the business will grow. So no business grows on its own. The owner of the business must work hard on it, and then he will see the fruit of his labor in no distant time. So thank you so much for fighting this much I can talk about right now. For now, if time is given to me, I might talk much, but I will have to.
It's good. Alex is very good to hear from actually an external of this go live what we're doing every Sunday, and then it's always appreciate than the experience we went through, we are going through now, and how we foresee ourselves for the next step. So, and this is what is the beauty here. It's multicultural people. We all coming from different hemisphere, different part of the planet, and this is also show us the diversity. How much is bigger the diversity than we are part of it, of this group and community. So yeah, that's great. So I think it's Dalbert's turn now to share what is the definition of life.
Yes, definitely. So for me, I just want to thank Alex. Really, really great sharing. It was really so much insight, about talking about. It feels as if life is the fittest. You have to survive. That's the fittest of all. And to me, it has also happened that way because things don't really work out sometimes in our lives, and we are being um, put in a position where we have to live with what we have, and this has really given us an opportunity. So for me, my journey is that I lose some and I win some, and how I'm going to connect that what Alex has shared to what I have is actually basically how my life has become like that. So previously what happened was that sometimes you enter, you work hard, you do the best that you can do, you put in the effort, but sometimes when you go out to the working world and you try working, and sometimes you don't make the cut for it, and what happens is that you have to find a solution for it. And so for me, I found a solution being a delivery man, and that becomes a very tough position for me because I'm not familiar with roads, and I wasn't that great at driving also. I sometimes I'll miss my blind spot. Sometimes I get into near accidents. Sometimes I don't even look at the mirror. Sometimes I'm just thinking about where I need to go next. I'm worrying about the parcel that is on my hand. Is it the correct one that I need to deliver, or is it the wrong one? That's my constant worry. I'm worrying about is the parcel that I have beside me the right one to go to the right place. And when I'm double checking that details to the details that's on my app, what happens is that my eyes are not on the road. My eyes are now looking at the physical object and looking at the app and comparing that, and my eyes is not on the road. And when I make a wrong turn, what happens? Or when I suddenly accelerate, what happens? If I hit the car, that's it, that's the end of me. Or if I suddenly make a sudden turn and the car hit me, that's the end of me. Yeah. So it's like the survival of the fittest, because I'm racing against time. Time is precious. There's so many jobs to be done in a single day. There's so many things to be done in that short span of time. And you are frustrated because sometimes we make the wrong turn. You have wasted precious time. You make another wrong turn, and it's going to be another long detour, and it's going to burn the cash that you have topped up for your fuel. It's going to burn that cash when you have already used it already. It's going to burn away additional cash, additional time, and things are being wasted, and you get frustrated. And then when you cannot find the U-turn, it makes things even worse. So yes, it's like the survival of the fittest. And when you see seasoned delivery people, when they tell you, hey, I finished the thing, before the cut off, that kind of thing, gives you the external pressure where, wow, is it because I can't do well? Is it because I'm not there yet, kind of thing? And it gives you that kind of thing where I have to fight so hard just to deliver one small thing, such a small thing that is only like that, and I have to fight so hard for it. Yeah, it keeps me thinking about it. And, you know, I begin to have a perspective of I win some, you know, some days are good, some days are bad, I lose, you know, some days the jobs are higher, the jobs are harder, some days the jobs are lower, some days I can finish off at, you know, just before the cut-off time, sometimes I finish above the cut-off time, sometimes the traffic is bad, sometimes people horn at me, sometimes people scold curse words at me, sometimes people point their fingers at me, some people take a picture of me, you know, that kind of thing, yeah, become famous on Facebook kind of thing, you know. But, you know, it become a win some and a lose some. And then I begin to realize that when I take on this digital business, when I saw this opportunity, I was like, wow, why not I just give it a shot, you know. I'm really at the lowest, I've nothing to lose, you know, I just go for it. Yeah, I've really nothing to lose, so I just go into it. And then when they shared about, you know, about how we begin to do things, and it integrates so well with what I'm doing. I can get to share what my journeys and my struggles in my everyday life to a Facebook community, and it's so fun doing that because you get to see reaction, you get to see comments, you get to see people dropping me text, hey, how are you, Delbert? How's the route, Delbert? Hey, Delbert, I saw that you had a difficult day. Hey, Delbert, I saw that, you know, hey, to this route was not bad. People begin to reach out to you, and with a community, what happened? The stress of life just goes away because you realize that people that has the same journey as you begin to reach out to you, and that becomes a silver lining. And then life that has become like a war suddenly becomes like, it is still a war, but it is a war with everyone in it. And, you know, you tend to, oh, okay, oh wow, you're also doing the same thing, oh wow, you're also doing another thing, oh, you know, let's go on this journey together. And so it becomes a journey together in this chaos, in this mess, you know, in the pandemic, in the prices that has gone up in the chicken, you know. And I was so I decided to do a interesting post for about the chicken. So what happened was that, yeah, I saw a chicken that was just down the building. I took a photo of it, you know, and I just posted on Facebook, and it got so many reactions. People like, oh, hey, I resonate with you, you know, hey, yeah, the chicken prices are increasing, yeah, and you still spot the chicken that's crossing the road. Why you didn't catch it? You know, that's for lunch, you know. And so I was like, okay, that was like a interesting post that I put over on my Facebook, and I really enjoyed doing that. So it has become to such a point where I lose some, I win some, and I gain things, insightful experience. I get to share my journey. I get to share things that are happening around me and with me. And so I enjoy it. I really enjoy it. And this business, this place that I'm at, this journey, business opportunity, and this digital space has given me a great place to put out my thoughts, my mind, my everyday life, and it has it's so much more meaningful and so much more purposeful, you know, when I do it, and it's become an added value. You know, there are things that is good because on top of it, you earn a little, you will get increasingly uh, financially stable. It's like what Jordan has mentioned, and what Dave and Pascal will also be sharing and has shared. Same, it has also a value added into my journey because now I have a community that supports me, that grows with me, and I know that I'm not alone in this journey. And, you know, it's a good thing because when there are people that gather together, you share more insights, ideas, and what happens is that you get refreshed, you get recharged, and you're ready to go for a week that is worth it. So I always look forward in you know, into my everyday postings, into just posting the little things that I have, that I see in my life, and so much interest in it. Yeah, I really really enjoyed this. Thanks so much, guys. And now I want to pass the time over to Pascal. All right.
Thank you, thank you. Yeah, meaning it's wow, we're all learning something here. Meaning we all have different life and
Yeah.
different experience. Just back to the our subject of today. What is the definition of life? First of all, it's super broad to answer the question. I'm not a philosopher, I'm not a doctor, but again, if that's applied for me, a young age, I wanted to be part of the world, even from the young age, because I was watching a movie, reading, and always I dreamt to discover the world. at a young age, I didn't know how. I know that we talk about traveling, but even I was not thinking about a plane or whatever. I wanted just to take a bite of a single things than surrounding me. So I've been always very curious, and that curiosity then always to scratch what it's in front of me, or always done to try to see if it's something behind. So, and this is actually live with me up to today. So I never stop myself off on the first picture, on the first screen, but I'm always curious to scratch behind the scene of what's happening. Definition of life at the time was I didn't want to do academic study, which is I didn't, because I wanted to work. And even though I think I was on the teenage years, that I knew that I want to sell. I want to sell anything, whatever. Then it could be a car. I wanted to be part because my character is more like on the extrovert. So it's easier as a pure salespeople to be extrovert. But and then I wanted that because I understood then the mechanism. Then you sell a product, people pay for you, and then you keep a part of that money in your pocket, which is your own benefit. So I started my career as a sales, and then it's didn't want to study. My parents was a bit, I would not say worried, but concerned. But however, have the great supporting parents. They told me, as long as you're happy, and as long as you try, and as long as you invest effort, go for it, and we are here. So that was a good help because my parents had for like not young generation, old generation. My dad is 86. My mom, she's passed away, but he was a bit older than my dad. So it was not that called a young generation of parents than but I was so lucky and grateful having, so I could build this definition of life for myself, and I want to see the world. And that was actually my big title. Whatever I'm doing, whatever I'm investing my time, whatever I'm exploring new things as a sales, as a business developer, whatever. Main subtitle was travel the world. And then I started to travel the world at 17 years old. I did my summer job. Yeah, I was doing summer job. And every time at the end of the summer, I was collecting the money and then going to a travel agency, because it was no online at the time. So we just have to push the door of a travel agency, said, okay, this is the money I have, I saved, where I can go. And then it's all start from there. Every time that I was saving a bit of money, it was not to buy a video game or motorbike or whatever. And it was really done travel. So my definition of life, it's the world is big, and what it's surrounding me, it's bigger than I can guess, and I want to see that. So I'm thirsty and non-stop thirsty, and even today, because today, meaning actually I'm traveling every month. Every month I'm traveling outside of Hong Kong. 2 weeks ago I went back from Madrid, so I'm keep traveling and keep traveling and keep traveling, because this is my DNA. Now, again, it's people can say lucky or whatever. No, yes, I would say I'm grateful, but I build that. It's not coming from the sky. I didn't win the lottery. I don't coming from a wealthy background at all. It's just that I build that, and then I insist, because all of us, we can build what we want, but for what I want, for me, is traveling. That's it. So, and then how able to keep going traveling and working apart if I'm traveling for I don't know, a travel agency or those big platform who can allow me to work for them and then in the same time traveling, which is not the case. So I said, okay, I want to keep traveling. All my family living back in France. I'm living in Hong Kong for the last 17 years. This is my choice also, but I want to spend more time with my family. I want to be able to generate income, whatever I am from this planet. As long as I have a Wi-Fi connection, meaning internet connection, I can be anywhere. So what kind of job I could find? So I'm not IT expert. I'm not finance expert as well. I'm not a trader, meaning all those categories, I can do it right now, meaning, of course, we always can learn, but this is not the way that I want. I wanted to use my experience and expertise. And I said, okay, why not? So I try several online platforms such as Shopify, Amazon, e-commerce dropshipping, and none of them was working for me until finding what we are all doing now, joining a community of well and kind-minded people. And I jumped for one of the, actually a lot of reasons, but the two major reasons. One was the support of community, mentors, and having a coach. And again, I repeat, I already previously said in the previous go live, but was the key change for me to move on. Because all the platform I joined before, Amazon, Shopify, Shopify, they don't propose you support. They have a hotline, they have a training, meaning there's nothing wrong, but it was not fit for me because I wanted to do, to be entrepreneur, to work for myself, to drive myself, but being surrounding with people who can guide me during this journey, help me to grow in my business, help me to grow also as a person, to become greater and to help others. So why I joined this business again, it's the support, it's unbelievable, it's priceless. And this is a journey. It's actually, my definition of life is not a destination, it's the journey. It's what I'm doing during this journey and what is the purpose. So it's been a long, many, many years that I was still looking for a purpose of what I'm doing. Then I found the purpose. The purpose today is to live my entire life as I want, helping others. And this is, I found a purpose because what I learned, my experience, my expertise, I want to give back. So what is the best than working online in the business than it's already automated and formatted perfectly for any background? Non-expertise people are required to join. In the same time, having the support of a community and the coaches and give back to others. So embracing newcomer, new people who join our business and help them to grow. That's it. And that was my purpose, and I am living my purpose. So definition of my life, it's I live with this purpose to help others. That's it for me.
Interesting.
Thank you so much.
Wow.
You're welcome.
Yeah. So everyone have their own life definition. Mine will be different from yours because we all go through different experiences in life that lead us to where we are now. So it's very important that we realize our past mistake and move on to a better situation. This is what most important. But I know there are people that is doing the same thing over and over again and expect different result. This can be seen from their life, from the past to current situation is the same. What they receive, whatever result they have, is same as 10 years ago. There's no improvement in life because they are stagnant. So recently, I think yesterday I did a post about life have to be changed. You need to add some spice to your life. So our life is supposed to be very, very exciting and fun. It's not supposed to be mundane and boring because the world is so huge. There's so many continents, so many places for us to explore and enjoy, right? We can't be just stuck in our own country for the rest of our life. We need to explore life because our time is short. We don't have 10,000 years of life, 20,000 or 1 million years. Then we only have maybe 80 years of life. So work definitely is no longer a priority because you cannot work until you die. But we can enjoy until we die.
No, that is true. It's just if to develop a little bit more of what you said, you're completely right in the way that life is short. But yes, again, we don't know when it's going to be the end. And again, we don't need to think about it, but we need to appreciate every single moment. Traveling, yes, is a part, but again, I'm allowing that some of people they can't, and this is okay. Meaning, it's traveling is here first. it's through our minds, because you can travel through book, you can travel using internet, and yes, it's not the same outcome, but again, it's our mind help us to travel. It's 195 country in the world. Even in one lifetime, it's going to be difficult to visit all those countries. So again, it's traveling, it's a pattern, it's a wish. Everybody loves traveling because it's how does it bring to us, like those our inner cells, our energy level that is bubbling, and then but yeah, travel through internet or the book is always the same. What is interesting is sharing, like whatever we live, whatever all the people are watching us living, also sharing experience. Like I don't know, you've been traveling in certain place and sharing with us what is your experience, how is the culture, how is the people reacting, how is people living, and how we reflect our own life versus to another culture. So yeah, at the end, it's we have to make it happen. So that's why
Yes.
here today.
Please,
Yeah,
I
then-
wish we round up. I wish we round up now because I have another engagement.
Oh,
at
okay,
12.
sure.
This is 11:50
That
here.
is good.
11:50 here at dot. It's
Wow.
11:50 dot here, and at 12 I have another engagement. Sorry, please.
Wow.
No problem. Your problem.
Yes.
It's okay.
Okay.
So I
Have a
wish
good day,
next time
guys.
yeah.
Thank you so much.
Okay, so that's the end of our live today. So I hope to see you next Sunday, same timing for the 3 Musketeers. One for all,
All for
all
one.
for
Yeah.
one. Okay, bye-bye.
Bye bye everyone. Bye bye. Thank you so
Bye.
much.
Thanks,
That's
everyone.
that's
Thanks.